Hello, love. Welcome to Feeling Fridays here on the Libran Key. These are messages for the highest and greatest good and in the highest and greatest truth for the empath collective and the empath journey, the evolution of empath consciousness here on Mama Gaia. Thank you for being here, empath. All part of this ongoing work with the Elsh Collective, of course, empaths, light workers, starseeds, and healers, awakened and awakening souls. Know that if this message has found you or you have found it, that there is something here for you. That is always the intention that I put into these messages. If you are returning here, thank you, family, for being here. Sending you so much love wherever you are. And if you are finding this video for the first time, a very warm and loving welcome to you. This message coming through on behalf of the Sisterhood of the Rose. This by way, it's interesting because I know for a fact, if you resonate with the Sisterhood of the Rose, or the Rose lineage for that matter, there's many different ways that people have referred to it, okay? This is a lineage that's very much connected to love, compassion, and Christ consciousness. And I would even say the true teachings of Jesus Christ, the real teachings of Jesus Christ. And Jesus, Christ, Christos, the Christed light and Christ consciousness are huge energies that we are working with right now for the evolution and expansion of our understanding of love and of the empath journey here on Mama Gaia. And this is interesting because this reading is actually taking a turn, but it's all connected. Originally, what I heard was when a relationship goes sour, the Sisterhood of the Rose energies wanting to come through to speak to this and how we can transmute those energies and overcome our own obstacles when it comes to relationships, very specifically that we hope had gone a certain way and did not. And this energy of detachment that's required for us to sort of be able to, they're saying to me right now, it's not a matter of compartmentalizing emotions at all, or fears when it comes to the fears that are coming up around relationships, around moving forward, after a relationship is over and then wanting to get into a new relationship. A lot of these fears coming up around repeating the same patterns again. Also, this is a big one, attracting a certain kind of pattern or energy of relationship in your life. So there's a lot that's coming up collectively within the Elsh Collective, and I'm speaking specifically here to empaths, okay? With regard to this, there's a lot coming up, and specifically empaths, obviously, who are on a journey of expansion, of soul consciousness, of a spiritual nature, okay? So they want to speak to that, and they're bringing in obviously the energy here of duality and things being on a spectrum in order to better understand this, almost like a reminder, because we know this deep down inside. The sweet with the sour, the salty with the sweet, etc., right? The black and the white, they're showing me again the yin yang and all of that, right? The little aspects that are in between. And they're also directing me as well to the amount of breakthroughs that are happening around this. Energetic breakthroughs happening around this. This is also leading to heart openings and heart awakenings again. And one of the things that they want to mention too, just quick little side note here about heart openings and heart awakenings, is that they are constantly happening. It's an energy of when you're on that path, because the Rose lineage is very much connected to the energy of the heart. With every lesson, with every journey, with every interaction, with every experience, we are constantly growing and expanding this heart center. And essentially what they're showing me is it becoming even more filled with light. 444 on the counter as I say that. And it's about how much light we can actually hold in the heart space, how much energy we can hold with the expansion of the heart space. And they're literally showing it to me now. expanding all around us, breaking through, busting through barriers that we thought that we would always have, for example. So there is a beautiful frequency of that coming through, of the possibility right now of that happening and continuously happening. And so much of it again comes back to self-love and discernment and healthy boundaries. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to bring in the crystal spirits that we're working with this reading, bringing in Kunzite and Desert Rose. Okay, Desert Rose, this is an interesting combination, bringing in the frequencies into this reading now. This is an interesting combination because Desert Rose is incredibly good to work with in meditation and to discern what is yours. And Kunzite is an energy of softening and opening the heart, of nurturance, of motherhood of self, motherhood in general, okay? And it's also connected to aligning to right relationship again. And they've spoken about this before. The Venusians have come in to speak about this right relationship, aligning to what is actually not just good for you, although that is, you know, it's in the highest and greatest good for you. It's about an energetic alignment. I just want to tune into that for a second. I want them to just sort of expand on that a little bit before I get into the cards, which I will get into in a second. So they're showing me again the soul matrix. We've spoken about this before as well, where just like the divine matrix, we have a soul matrix within the divine matrix here on Mama Gaia that actually expands out. It reverberates into the cosmos, the galaxies, okay? Where we, and they're showing me actual little drop points or portal points in this divine matrix and in this soul matrix, where souls essentially are aligning to one another. I'm actually, it's interesting. They're showing me a game of chess as an analogy here. And also kind of checkers. I'm seeing a chessboard and a checkerboard essentially, where pieces are aligning. And in this checkerboard energy, through right alignment with our higher self, our true nature, and they're even bringing in human design here as well. I'm hearing it like your inner authority, your authority versus your not self, okay? What they're showing me with that is an energy of like pieces coming off the chessboard in order to align with the right ones. So there's an energy really interesting here. There's a really interesting contrasting energy here of strategy. But it's not a strategy that is logical in the very, I should say, let me expand on that. It's not a logical, tactical, active energy where we have to strategize. It's not one-sided that way. What I'm hearing is there's a strategy of falling into place when you fall into place. Because again, they're showing me this energy of like dropping into place. I'm seeing now like the pegs in a board, the round peg going into the round peg, not the square peg, and the square peg going into the square peg. So there's also kind of, and you may have already been feeling into this energy, especially since, I don't know, I'm getting like, especially since like Leo season has been coming up, because we get a lot of activations around that time. There is that 8-8 portal in August, which is significant. The 7-7 portal as well. They're really bringing that to mind right now. Of these chess pieces, of these pieces falling into place, the more that we tune into these energies where we are aligning with the true nature, our true selves, peeling back the layers of deconditioning, okay, we are actually strategically falling into place. And on that note, I'm going to start popping some cards. I'm going to be asking through the Rose Oracle. I'm going to be asking through the Mystic Mondays Tarot as well, and the Love Oracle cards, these Island Time Wellness, to get some specific insights with regard to specific relationships for the collective, okay? Also, one way that you can connect to the Sisterhood of the Rose or the Rose Lineage is obviously through working through decks like this or anything that is rose themed, but essentially meditating and seeing a rose energy, the sacred geometry of the rose at your heart space, okay? I also find the images that I've seen, depictions of Mother Mary, and I know that this is predominant in the Catholic faith, okay? Where you see her with, you know, the heart at the center of her chest ablaze. I've also seen depictions of Christ that way as well. There's something in that imagery that is very powerful that you can also tap into to transmute energies at the heart space, to expand your consciousness around the heart space, to grow and expand, to develop a capacity for bringing in energies into the heart. And through, they're also showing me the imagery of the Ace of Cups as well, meditating upon that. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. They're speaking specifically to the heart space here. They are bringing in an energy here, definitely of heartbreak. I would just want to kind of acknowledge that for a moment here, because that's a very challenging energy to transmute. Some of it be feeling a little fresh right now, some of it not so much. They're showing even that to me on a spectrum right now. And now I'm hearing that, I believe it's a Rumi quote, but it's also, I also connected to Leonard Cohen, and I can't remember the name of the song, where he speaks to the cracks in a heart, and that is where the light enters. The light enters through the cracks. Okay. Also, quick side note, because this is coming up now, seeing 11s everywhere, okay? This had come through the Transmission Tuesdays message with Mama Iset. Quick little side note with that, and, you know, feel free to share in the comments below as well. If you've been seeing a lot of 11s everywhere, because she had spoken to relationships as well in that particular, with regard to this eclipse portal. And this reading obviously picking up on the energy of that too, right? That goes without saying in this present moment. But she was speaking to that as well, speaking to this energy of right relationship with regard to the fated meetings that are coming up and that are already happening, okay? Again, out of the blue, but then they feel so right at the same time because they feel like they're fated, okay? So these 11 numbers coming up, 13 on the counter as I say that, there is an energy with that is also kind of being reflected in this, that wants to come through, that is also connected to this reading, okay? The crowning, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. So what's interesting is this is a very specific message about having to trust the process, even though this is difficult right now, having gone through some kind of pain around heartbreak, because it's initiating you into something more. It's initiating you into right relationship. It's initiating you into also feeling worthy of this. This is a big thing, because what I'm also picking up on energetically is that a lot of this has to do with about what you feel worthy of. And that's part of the deconditioning process. That's part of the cracks that are coming through, and that's part of the breakthroughs, because what you essentially feel worthy of is what you're going to align to. All right, I'm going to move on now to the Mystic Mondays deck so we can expand on these messages. And as I crack the deck, the Chariot coming out, this has been making an appearance lately, interestingly enough, in some more personal readings, but there is definitely an energy of that with regard to the collective as well that I'm finding that's being reflected back to me with regard to going deeper, the energy of also moving forward, you know, after a pause, okay? However long that pause has been for you. They want me to shuffle one more time here, okay? Lovely. I'm also getting that with this initiation, with this crowning energy, being initiated into the lineage of the rose. Some of you may be, cards just flying out of the deck as I say that. Some of you feeling initiated right now into the sisterhood of the rose, the lineage of the rose. This could also be a lineage that's very much connected to the knights is what I'm hearing. And the thing is, this is interesting because I'm also hearing Knights Templar, but I want to just, you know, paraphrase that with every particular group throughout history where perhaps we have a interesting kind of take on that historically, depending on what avenues you go down. There have always been light workers in particular groups, even if they are groups that have been in some way said to be a certain way. Again, be discerning as always. But what I'm feeling with that is the protective nature of the brotherhood, of the true, what I'm getting with that is this energy of true knighthood and what that means. Because what they're showing me is that image. There's a card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. It's a Kyle Gray deck where you see a knight, the archetype, the energy, the spirit of the knight. And I'm seeing a rose and a sword and a shield and a knight in chainmail, and this energy of taking an oath and protecting something, okay? This is not the knight energy of, oh, they're also bringing in Avalon and bringing in King Arthur as well with that. This is what I'm talking about in its highest form, okay? The knighthood, that energy of a brotherhood where we are in that beautiful divine masculine energy of protection, okay? Of protecting something that is sacred and holy, okay? And again, creating healthy boundaries. Okay, so 7 of Cups, 5 of Swords coming out in reverse with the 10 of Cups. This is a really beautiful energy. And the Hermit coming out in reverse at the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing coming out of our shells, coming out of our little cocoons, are interesting. I'm hearing safe spaces because we now feel safe enough to do that, okay? This is interesting because it's safe to soften has come out here. It's safe to soften. It's safe to trust the process. Again, provided you've done the work. You've allowed the purging, in a sense, to take place. You're doing it with awareness, but also understanding that you also kind of have to move through this energy and almost feel like you're ready before you're ready, because that Chariot energy is really coming in with regard to, okay, I took a pause. I've regrouped. And as much as I may be a little, still kind of, like I'm almost getting this sort of like 9 of Wands energy coming through with that, feeling like a little weathered, but I've still got it in me to take that step forward. I know that this is a thing. This is going to really ping for you if it's resonating for you. I know that I need to move forward in order to actually get this out of my system even more. I need to actually take action for this to happen, because this is the energy that you are moving into. You know, it's interesting that they were showing me the Ace of Cups, and now we've got the 10 of Cups coming into this completion to start over again. Also, focusing on the things that actually are emotionally fulfilling for you right now is a really great way to spark that feeling inside of you and perhaps get that momentum going. And it could be something very simple, like a daily practice that you have, like whether it's taking 15 minutes out of your day to journal, to kind of recharge your batteries, to fill that emotional cup, that vessel, right? Whether it's going to the gym, whatever it is for you with regard to, whatever it is for you with regard, this deck is popping. Wow. I'm asking through the Island Time Wellness Oracle now. Yeah, so Spirit wants to say a lot on this. The Sisterhood of the Road wants to say a lot on this. Okay, so, interesting. Okay, so acknowledging the heartbreak here with Heartbroken. Acknowledging that, oh wow, mirroring each other here. Something in this energy, again, a lot of this stuff around soul contracts coming through, where someone was mirroring something to us. This is also further emphasizing the point of what you feel you are worthy of being mirrored back to you. Self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection, okay? Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one. I'm telling you, these fated meetings, open your heart, getting together, perfect. Now, this could be romantically. It could be an energy of love, relationships, partnerships, divine unions even. They're popping this one. Wow. Engagement ring at the bottom of the deck, okay? I like you. Someone likes you, and soulmates, soul connection, along with paradise. Okay, so they want me to focus on this for a second. The Ten of Cups with paradise. Happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. This is the energy I'm feeling with this coming out of hermit mode. You've been through the discombobulation of the Seven of Cups, trying to figure out what went wrong, why, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Emotionally feeling, having to go deeper to really purge this, sort of transmute these energies, however it's been for you. Coming out of a conflict of the mind with the Five of Swords in reverse to get to this now. How beautiful is that? So I'm also getting epiphany, and I think that had come through last reading, right? Didn't we have the epiphany card from the Mystical Wisdom deck? I think we did. There's going to be some big aha moments here. Moving into this portal energy. Big aha moments with regard to welcoming in love, aligning to the one, aligning to a soulmate, aligning to getting together with someone, okay? Yeah, and they're also bringing in here soul family too. Even though this feels a little bit more heavy in terms of actual partnerships and divine unions, because we're getting this engagement card coming in with this someone likes you, fun flirting, right? The heart with the key. There's a lot here that wants to come through with regard to transmuting the energies of heartbreak. Moving through heartbreak. And they keep on pointing me to this energy of spectrums. And I'm also getting with that whatever you feel you have lost, it's opening up space and energy for something new to come in that is more rightly aligned to where you are at now on your journey. I'm going to leave it there. Really, obviously, this is wherever you are on this path right now. They're still really emphasizing this energy of the Ten of Cups. You see how this is like a divine matrix? Everything aligning. Seeing yourself in the center here, seeing that heart space in the center here is aligning to the right energy for you. And bit by bit, stepping into this energy of paradise. Start small if you need to. Do little things every day that bring you joy. Play. The energy of the dolphin coming through again. That had come through the last reading as well. If it's too difficult right now to fully step into an energy of playfulness and joy because of where you're at, just start small with something that is kind of interesting you, Start small. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to the beautiful Sisterhood of the Rose for coming through for these messages to Spirit and the beautiful spirit of these crystals as I close out this reading. I thank you for being here, for sharing your time and your energy with us in this space, and I am sending you so much love wherever you are, and love and liberation always.